Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to you brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity and with charity. I'm the brother Abraham from the camp here in GMS Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson. This one is this is a video from Tulsi Gabbard on her visit to Hiroshima. Okay, she recently visited Hiroshima and stood where the city was hit from the nuclear bombs from World War II. All right, and she's just speaking of her experience when she went there. And obviously, if you've been keeping up with the news, you have Israel that just attacked Iran, which again, more wars and rumors of wars, okay, which is going to ultimately lead to the brink of World War III. It can lead to the brink of World War III. So we'll see how it develops, escalates, with all these nations. And we know America will eventually be forced to enter this war. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you listen to this video. It's only 3 minutes 30 seconds, and then obviously, you know, we bring out the scriptures, because as it says in Revelations 11 and 14, right, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, the third woe meaning the third world war. All right, a woe in the scriptures means destruction, and what greater destruction happens than in the time of war? All right, just Hiroshima here for a perfect example of a woe, a great woe, great destruction. All right, and this time that destruction will take place here in the land of America. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, press play, let you listen.
I recently visited Hiroshima in Japan and stood at the epicenter of a city that remains scarred by the unimaginable horror caused by a single nuclear bomb dropped in 1945, 80 years ago. It's hard for me to find the words to express what I saw, the stories that I heard, the haunting sadness that still remains. This is an experience that will stay with me forever. This attack obliterated the city, killed over 300,000 people, many dying instantly while others died from severe burns, injuries, radiation sickness, and cancer that set in the following months and years. Nagasaki suffered the same fate. Homes, schools, families, all gone in a flash. The survivors, the Hibakusha, they carried the pain of extreme burns, radiation sickness, and loss for decades. Survivors of this attack were asked to put in paintings and drawings their own memories and how they felt and what they saw, and those paintings and the suffering that they conveyed, the pain and the sense of loss were almost more powerful than the photos themselves. Yet this one bomb that caused so much destruction in Hiroshima was tiny compared to today's nuclear bombs. The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima had a yield of just 15 kilotons of TNT, whereas today's nuclear warheads range in size from 100 kilotons to over 1 megaton. A single nuclear weapon today could kill millions in just minutes. Just one of these nuclear bombs would vaporize everything at its core: people, buildings, life itself. The shockwave would crush structures miles away, killing and maiming countless people. And then comes the fallout. Radioactive poison spreading through the air, water, and soil, condemning survivors to agonizing deaths or lifelong suffering. A nuclear winter could follow, with smoke and ash completely blocking the sun, plunging the world into darkness and cold, killing crops and starving billions. Acid rain would scar the earth, wiping out entire ecosystems. This isn't some made-up science fiction story. This is the reality of what's at stake, what we are facing now. Because as we stand here today, closer to the brink of nuclear annihilation than ever before, political elite and warmongers are carelessly fomenting fear and tensions between nuclear powers. Perhaps it's because they are confident that they will have access to nuclear shelters for themselves and for their families that regular people won't have access to. So it's up to us, the people, to speak up and demand an end to this madness. We must reject this path to nuclear war and work toward a world where no one has to live in fear of a nuclear holocaust.
All right, so there was a lot said in that little clip. All right, and she mentions how that destruction in Hiroshima, compared, like the bomb that hit it, compared to the amount of TNT that the bombs that we have now, is like it's child's play compared to what we got now. All right, the power that these nations have now. All right, and all of America is gonna be wiped out, and all of America will become a desert after that smoke and that fire eventually goes out, which is gonna take a long time for that to happen. All right. All right, and here she's pleading for, for, by all means, let's stop this possible war and the possibility of these nuclear bombs to hit one of these nations because of the catastrophic disaster that is gonna do. Okay, but there is no stopping. There is no stopping prophecy. Prophecy is inevitable, and the Lord word is not gonna come back to him void. All right, so let's go to Revelations 13 and 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." All right, meaning his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. All right, a wolf in sheep's clothing is pretty much what it's saying, and that's exactly what America is, and its government. Right, they speak all this peace and for the people and democracy, but really it's to destroy democracy, to make you poor, make them richer, and for them to eventually have total control over you. It says, "And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed," being the Roman Empire, right? Because the Roman Empire fell. That was the deadly wound, right? But it was healed. It came back through the disguise of America. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man." Right? That's what he did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And they haven't forgot that. Okay. So let me see. There's another scripture. Okay, it was just a little bit up. Revelations 13:3, it says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast," right? So this beast that was the Roman Empire, which fell. That's a deadly wound, and then it was healed when it came back to power as America. It says, "And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him?" Right? Because after they saw what they did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they're like, damn, we give up. White flags, throw in the towel. It's a wrap. You win. You know, who's gonna make war with America? Who's gonna fuck with America after that? Right? But now, many years later, you have these nations that have been building up their arsenal, their war arsenal. You have Russia, which is has more missiles than America does, and Russia has its allies. All right, China. Okay, another world superpower. That's things they got next. All right, now you team them up, and then you against America, and now you have like a even, if not more of an advantage over America. Okay, so from there, let's go ahead to Isaiah 34, and starting at 2, it says, "For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath devoured them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree." And here in this video, it gives us a good example of this scripture in Isaiah 34. All right, let's see if I could find exactly where it is.
Those paintings and the suffering that they conveyed, the pain and the sense of loss were almost more powerful than the photos themselves. Yet this one bomb that caused so much destruction in Hiroshima was tiny compared to today's nuclear bombs. The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima had a yield of just 15 kilotons of TNT, whereas today's nuclear warheads range in size from 100 kilotons to over 1 megaton. A single nuclear weapon today could kill millions in just minutes. Just one of these nuclear bombs would vaporize everything at its core. People, buildings, life itself.
Right there.
The shockwave would crush structures miles away, killing and maiming countless people. And then comes the fallout. Radioactive poison spreading through the air, water, and soil, condemning survivors to agonizing deaths or lifelong suffering. A nuclear winter could follow, with smoke and ash completely blocking the sun, plunging the world into darkness and cold, killing crops and starving billions. Acid rain would scar the earth, wiping out entire ecosystems.
That's Zechariah 14:12 right there. All those paintings that these people painted of the destruction from the memories they had, that's Zechariah 14. All right.
Then the photo.
They're eyeballs melting out of their socket, their tongue melting out of their socket, the elements melting with fervent heat. Alright, that's going to be from the missiles. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea," Idumea meaning Edom, "and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Alright, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Right? Because the sacrifice of lambs, goats, and the fat of the kidneys, alright, all that is to offer sacrifice unto the Lord. And America is going to be just that. Alright? It's going to be a sacrifice through his blood, because the land is polluted, right? Talks about how you shall not defile the land, right, with the blood of the shedder, and it shall not be cleansed by the blood of him that shed it. So this land has to be cleansed, and it's going to be cleansed by fire. Okay? So this is what's coming. And nothing's going to stop it, man. Nothing is going to stop this, right? This is 2 Ezra 16 and 13. "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon all the earth." Right? So once that arrow is shot, it's not coming back. It's not coming back, man. And you know, this place is gonna be utterly wiped out, utterly, to the foundation thereof. Alright, but that's pretty much it. Just wanted to touch on this video that I just saw. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Lord willing, this video was edifying. As always, all honor, glory, and praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.